G'day, adventurers, and welcome back to Mystic Deepwoods. Today, we're not just going down under, we're going hopping down under. Into the wild world of the kangaroo. These Aussie icons are more than just cuddly creatures or a national symbol, they're biological marvels. Built for the Outback, and full of surprises that will make your jaw drop. Get ready to bounce along with us as we uncover the secrets of these incredible animals. The bounce that built a nation. Picture this. Endless stretches of red dirt, ancient rock formations, and unique wildlife unlike anywhere else on Earth. This is Australia, the land of the kangaroo. And these hopping heroes are as much a part of the Aussie identity as Vegemite or a Barbie. Kangaroos aren't just animals, they're a symbol of Australia. Their image graces everything from the national coat of arms to the tales of Qantas plains. But their story goes way beyond just being a pretty face, or a powerful hop. They're complex, social animals with a fascinating evolutionary history and some seriously cool adaptations that have allowed them to thrive in this challenging landscape for millions of years. Anatomy and adaptations. Built for bouncing, and beyond. Kangaroos are masters of their environment. And their bodies are designed for exactly that. Let's start with those legs, the real stars of the show. We're talking serious muscle power here. Built for covering vast distances with minimal effort. They're like nature's pogo sticks, propelling them across the outback at speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour. That's 43 miles per hour. Imagine Usain Bolt on a spring. That's a kangaroo in full flight. And have you seen that tail? It's not just for show, it's a multi-tool. It acts as a counterbalance when they're hopping. And when they stand, it's like a built-in tripod, giving them extra support. It's so strong it can even be used as a weapon in fights. Now, ladies, let's talk pouches, the ultimate baby carriers. These aren't just cozy pockets, they're nurseries. After a tiny joey is born, we're talking jellybean size. It makes its way into the pouch, attaches to a teat, and basically lives there for months. It's like a mobile daycare center, complete with room service and round-the-clock protection. And their teeth? They're constantly growing new ones to deal with all that tough Aussie vegetation. It's like having a never-ending supply of dentures. Kangaroos are also incredibly water-wise, a must in the dry outback. They can conserve water like champions, which helps them survive in harsh conditions. They can even go for long periods without drinking, getting most of their moisture from the plants they eat. Social life. Mobs and mayhem. Kangaroos aren't loners, they're social butterflies. They live in groups called mobs. And these can be anything from a small family unit to a massive gathering of hundreds. Just like us, there's a bit of a social hierarchy in the mob, especially when it comes to the fellas. The big, strong males often have a bit of a tussle to see who's top dog, or top roo. In this case, and gets access to the females. It's like a kangaroo boxing match, complete with kicks and punches. Communication is key in any society. And kangaroos are no exception. They chat with each other using a whole range of sounds, from grunts and hisses to clicks and coughs. Body language is also important, a flick of the tail, a certain posture. All these things send messages within the mob. And those joeys? They love to play. You'll often see them boxing and wrestling, which helps them learn to fight when they grow up. It's like kangaroo karate in the outback. They also groom each other, strengthening social bonds and keeping their fur clean. Diet and habitat. Outback grazers and gourmet grub. All that hopping around works up an appetite. Kangaroos are herbivores, which means they're plant eaters. Grass is their staple food, but they'll also munch on leaves, shrubs, and even the occasional flower. What they eat depends on where they live because Australia has a real mix of habitats. From grasslands and woodlands to deserts and even coastal areas. It's like a kangaroo food safari out there. Different kangaroo species have different tastes. Just like us, some are picky eaters, sticking to certain types of grass, while others are more adventurous and will try anything that looks edible. They're like the grazing gourmets of the outback. And because Australia can be a pretty dry place, kangaroos have become experts at finding food and water. Even when it's scarce, they're tough cookies. They can even go for days without water, relying on the moisture they get from their food. Reproduction and life cycle. From Jellybean to Juggernaut. Remember that tiny joey we talked about? Well, it's time to dive into the kangaroo family life. When a baby kangaroo is born, it's ridiculously small, like seriously. You could hold it in your hand. It's pink, hairless, and looks more like a jellybean than a kangaroo. But it knows exactly what to do. It climbs out of its mum and into her pouch, where it finds a teat and latches on. And there it stays, safe and sound, for months, growing bigger and stronger. It's like a kangaroo cradle. Eventually, the joey starts poking its head out, taking a look at the world. And then one day, it hops out of the pouch altogether. But even though it's out and about, it still sticks close to mom, learning the ropes and getting the hang of being a kangaroo. It's like a kangaroo apprenticeship. They stay with their mums for quite a while, learning everything from how to find food to how to deal with those pesky dingoes. They even share the same pouch for a while, with the older joey popping its head out while a younger one is still a permanent. Hopping marvels. The science of the bounce. Now, let's talk about the hop, the iconic kangaroo move. It might look simple, but it's actually a super efficient way to get around. Those powerful legs act like springs, storing energy with every bounce. It's like they're bouncing on trampolines hidden under the ground. And that tail? It's not just for balance, it helps them steer and keeps them steady. Especially when they're zipping across rough terrain. It's like having a built-in GPS and stabilizer. Kangaroos can cover huge distances with their hopping style, which is perfect for a country as vast as Australia. They're like the marathon runners of the Outback, always on the move, searching for food and water. And when they need to go fast, they can really shift gears, reaching some impressive speeds. It's a truly amazing feat of engineering. Kangaroo style. They can even jump over fences and other obstacles with ease. Interactions with humans, coexistence and challenges. Kangaroos have been in Australia for a long time, and they've shared the land with humans for thousands of years too. They're an important part of Aboriginal culture, appearing in many Dreamtime stories and traditions. They're seen as symbols of strength, agility, and connection to the land. But with European settlement, things started to change. Kangaroos now face some real challenges, including habitat loss, being hit by cars, and competing with livestock for food. It's a complex relationship, with both positive and negative interactions. There are people working hard to protect kangaroos and make sure they have a future. They're trying to find ways for humans and kangaroos to coexist peacefully, which is important for both sides. It's a complex issue, but everyone agrees that we need to keep these amazing creatures safe. Conservation efforts include protecting their habitats, managing their populations, and educating the public about the importance of kangaroos in the ecosystem. Diversity of species. From red giants to tiny wallabies. When you think of kangaroos, you probably picture the big red ones, bouncing across the desert, but there's actually a whole bunch of different kangaroo species, each with its own quirks and characteristics. There's the eastern gray kangaroo, which is a bit smaller and more laid back than its red cousin. And then there are the wallabies, which are basically mini kangaroos, with shorter legs and a whole range of different habitats. From the tree-dwelling quokka to the rock wallaby that scales cliffs. There's a kangaroo for every environment in Australia. They come in all shapes and sizes, with different fur colors and patterns. It's like a kangaroo fashion parade out here. Each species has its own special adaptations, too, depending on where it lives and what it eats. It's a real testament to the power of evolution. Kangaroo facts. A quick recap. Alright, let's have a quick bounce through some of the kangaroo highlights. They're marsupials, which means their babies grow in a pouch. Their powerful legs make them hopping superstars. They're herbivores, munching on all sorts of plants. They live in groups called mobs. And they're social animals. They're an Aussie icon and a symbol of the Outback. They're incredibly well adapted to the harsh Australian environment, conserving water and energy with remarkable efficiency. They come in a variety of sizes and colors, from the towering red kangaroo to the adorable quokka. And they play a vital role in the Australian ecosystem, helping to maintain balance in the delicate web of life. Kangaroos. They're weird, they're wonderful, and they're uniquely Australian. They're a reminder of the amazing diversity and resilience of life on Earth. But their future? Like the future of so many wild creatures. Depends on us. What other incredible animals do you want to see featured on Mystic Deepwoods? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing adventures into the wild. Your support helps us bring you these stories. And together, we can make a difference for wildlife. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your spirit of adventure alive. And remember, every little hop counts when it comes to conservation.